Before I forget, I forgot to go over the other tabs. So let me go over the other tabs with you. This Document Manager tab down here in the bottom left, I rarely, if ever, use this. It's probably an area that I'll get further into, but at this point, it's just not a tab that I use very much, and it's not a tab that most of the hot seats that I work with use very much. And these are all guys that are doing huge trials. I'm not saying that you shouldn't use it, but it's just not one that I personally use very much. Transcript Manager. We're going to be going over this tab in detail. This is where you do your video editing for transcripts, and it's actually the area that I spend the most time on in most trials. The video editing is always the biggest time consumer, and if you remember back into some of the previous modules we talked about, managing the expectations of the legal team and making sure that they know the effect of telling someone to clip 200 clips. You know, they think it happens at the drop of the hat, but you actually have to go through all 200 clips and do something. So that's a tab we're going to talk a lot about in part 2 of Trial Director, but not this week so much. And then last, this is another tab we just don't use very much. I think it's a document coding tab, so you could import some level of coding into Trial Director. I think it would just muck it up and slow it down a little bit. And this is true of any of the trial presentation tools. I try to keep them as lean as possible. I don't want a lot of extra overhead or them going through database records or anything like that. If I'm needing a database to search through, I will probably drop it into concordance, relativity, or something like that separate, maybe even Access. But I wouldn't use this as some sort of document database. I routinely bring a concordance database with me to trial on an external drive. It contains everything that's ever been done in the case, even outside of exhibits, so that people can do some little research when they're in a courtroom or on a break, or see the documents that surround an exhibit. So that's how I handle document searching. So okay, as I explained before, let's go over the dual screen here. Just give me a